This is Kenny. Thank you for joining in our video tutorials going through the system, our SurePay School Manager with the school information management system installed on your computer machine for your school. This is going to be a great quick one. We are going to be looking at the academics module, basically for the DOS. If you have a DOS around, it's good to call them around for this one. So we are logging in as usual through our administrative gateway. Yep. Polar schools. So we log in. Well, this could be the DOS. Once added to the system, you can log in as a DOS or the super admin as well. So we are concentrating today our main focus on the academics. Let's go right there. Click on academics. So under academics, we have different tabs for navigation and settings. We have setup subjects, we've got register students, we've got accessible subjects, we've got to assign teachers, we've got grades and comments, and then available sets for now. Termly subjects units, this belongs to the new curriculum. For this now is a primary setup school, so we shall be looking at this. Let's run in straight there. Click setup subjects. Here we need to set up the new subjects for the school. We are setting up subjects that our school is going to be teaching. We just come to add new, so we shall have to select. We have core and other subjects. We can go for the core subjects. So as to be able to add subjects, you just need to drag and drop. You see, mathematics now being added as a subject. You can drag science. You can drag social studies. So that's how we do it. You just have to click, drag, and drop. Once selected the core subjects, that's how we do it. You can as well select maybe other subjects. You again drag and drop. So we've now set up some subjects for the school. We can close that for now. Now remember, we registered our students on the system, but they don't belong to any class and they don't belong to any subjects. So what we do here as the DOS, as the director of academics or studies, is to register these students to particular classes and particular subjects. So we come to under register students, select simple. We have an option to select an entire class or go for a single student. For primary, I would suggest we all go for entire class. We can as well choose primary 1, our class. Then we can be able to see all the different subjects that were added to the system earlier on. So what we do is to come in, and we have different checkboxes. We have to only check the subjects that belong to P1 as a class, meaning any child in primary 1 will be doing these subjects. So we can select English for now. We can select math as well, but I don't think, yep. So if at all you have other subjects that belong to P1 class as you've added to your system, you can go on and check them. Then you can go to register students. Let's register that for now. So our students are registered successfully to the system and subjects. Okay. So we can close now. We can as well close that for now. So we've now set up our subjects on the system for the school. We've set up the students in a particular class. This is what you do for each class. You can set up register student in P1, in P2, senior 2, senior 3, senior 4, name it. Then under accessible subjects, we want to tell the system these are the subjects that are being assessed in our school. We just come to go to P1, select that class. They will display for you different subjects in your school, so you will have to choose the subject for that class that are being assessed. We can take English, we shall take math. You may add on any other subject, and we close. So we've now set up again the subjects, register the students in the class that is P1, which you may do to any other class as well. And we've set up the accessible subjects to be considered on our report card. And now we need to assign the teachers. Let's assign the teachers to a class and to a particular subject, so as to enable them to be able to enter marks via the teachers gateway using their teachers unique IDs. So okay, so once we click on assign teachers, we shall have a display window. We shall have a display window similar to this one as mine. You will be able to see home, delete, reset, print, preview, export, and close. So what we do is to come under the select teacher. So we shall have a display of different teachers we register to our system. For now, we only registered a single teacher, and that is Babide Ramla. You remember in the previous tutorial, we select the teacher among the teachers you may have added to the system. The teacher will display here. If at all you took her photo or image, it will also display for her as well here. Under the teacher, there is an option to select the class. To attach the teacher to this class, we can come down to the drop down arrow, locate the class we want to assign the teacher to, that is P1. It might be a different class. Then also in the middle here, you will see different subjects that you added to the system when you set up the subjects. So we shall come. So teacher Babide Ramla is now here. She's in P1. Is responsible for a P1 class and is going to be teaching English, and may as well be a teacher responsible for mathematics in primary 1. So what we do is we say add. We just click these arrows to add teacher Babide. So you see now the name teacher Babide, a P1 class teacher responsible for English and mathematics in primary 1. This is how it will display with different teachers and different classes. So now we've got our students on the system. We've got the students registered to the subjects. We've registered the teachers to the system, registered the teachers to the subjects, and to assign to different classes, right? So let's close it now. So under academics, we've now fully set up. We are doing well, thank you. We can see under grades and comments as the DOS, you're able to see the grading scale, report comments, grading weighing scale, report comments again. So under grading scale, we have subject grading scale. We have a grade start, the end of the grading. We've got a first remark, second, third to the fifth remark. So these are all editable. You can as well change according to how the school standards are for you. You can set the distinction. You can just come right here, select the distinction, put the mark for the distinction where it starts from, and put the mark to where it ends from. You're being able to change these auto-generated comments. You can type in a comment as you may wish if you don't go with the system set remarks. Then after, you can come and say update grading scale. We can try that. Wow. We can set our credit 3 ranging from 70. We can just select it starts from 70 to 79. Sorry. Then we can come and say update grading scale. Before we update, it's still in 60 and starting from 60 and ending to 64. What we need to do is only to come and make adjustments by updating the grading scale. Wow. Good. You can make different changes as you wish, as a DOS for that school, as a super admin for the school. You may do as you may wish. So we can close that for now. Report comments. You may choose the comments for the teachers. You may type in different comments. The DOS's comments, the head teacher, the deputy. You have an option for that, to do that. Okay, let's now first pause a bit on the academic section because we need to do something with the teacher. You remember, we set up a teacher and we've now done something good with the setup. Before we close this section, we need to also look at the available sets. Very important, because teachers may not be able to enter their teachers gateway to fill in marks because something is still pending, not set up. So we just come to available sets. We can see we have term settings. How do we want the reports, how do we want examinations to be marked? Should they be marked out of 100% or marks not to be entered not out of 100%? So what we do is, if at all you want your marks, teachers to mark out of 100, you just check this checkbox that process reports as percentages, meaning that all marks will contribute to 100%. And so if not so, you may as well change and take the second option, that marks are not entered out of 100. We shall go for the first option. Select term 2. We shall have to select the class, which is P1. We need to type in the report header, the heading, depending. It can be the beginning of term, it can be a mid-term assessment, or end of term. For now, let's just use end of term in caps. End of term report. Sorry, end of term 2 report. We can come select the ET representing end of term. This is representing holiday package, beginning of term, mid-term, end of term, depending which examination you're assessing. Right now we are assessing end of term, so we shall tick the checkbox which is of end of term, and automatically the system will tell us it's 100%. So we set when the next term is to begin. That will be depending on the government setup and the Ministry of Education. We shall go with this. Then after that setup, we say add settings. So you now see P1 class end of term is being marked out of 100. So we can close that, and now teachers are able to go on and register and sign in the system to feed in marks for the P1 class after being set up with the DOS under the available sets section. Let's try that quick. You remember we registered our teacher as under the employees. We shall go look for the teacher. We have teacher Babide Ramla. So we shall be using the different unique ID given to her. We shall just get this, edit. You may write down this as well. I'll just copy it for now. Close. So as teachers, we shall come to the teachers gateway. Let's log in as a teacher. Open. Yes. So this is the teachers login gateway, how it looks like. We shall first have to select a class. As a teacher, now I'm coming in as teacher Ramla. Sorry. You may have to select a class which is P1. Then I'll go for the old, not a new curriculum, primarily. Then I'll select the subject, which is, you see, when I click the drop down arrow, I receive different subjects on the system. So teacher Ramla is responsible for English and mathematics in primary one. So first we shall go as an English teacher. She will have to put the username as the ID given to her. Then automatically the system will require her to create her own password. Note this, always remember not to keep your password with caps and write using small letters, or else you may forget and put it in capital and things might not go on well. So we are using lowercase letters, and teacher Babide's password is going to be that. She's logging in. So again, the system is telling her you must create a secret password that will enable you log into English for P1 and enter marks. Okay, we shall go on and say good to go. Yep. So now teacher Babide is logging in into the system so as to be able to enter P1 marks. So there we are. So as teachers, once you're being registered to the system and assign the class and assign the different subjects, this is how far you can go. So now we can have a list of different students in primary one. When we come in as teachers, we can see the register of the students in primary one. So far we've only got a single child, which is Angel Malaika. So we are able to drop a student, to drop a class, export, import file, and do a lot with these tabs up here. So what the main emphasis is now to put in the students marks, which is end of term marks. We only have to come under the term marks, which is end of term, click in that section area and type in the marks of that child, which is 89, and the system will automatically give us a score and a comment, an auto-generated comment. Wow, it's promising results. Keep it up. So that's what the system is giving us. It is auto-generated. So basically, that is what the teacher does with the teacher's unique ID provided and her secret password. She can now be able to add different marks for different students in primary one, and then after she can as well log out or close. So once we may come back here in our administrative side, teacher Babide, we've seen how she has put the marks in there through the teacher's gateway. So remember, we are under academics. We set up the subjects to remind you. Registered students, we set up accessible subject, assign teachers and to the class and to which subjects. We've seen how to update the grades and comments. We've set up the available sets, examination ratios, and now, having that done, we can now, as the administrators, that teachers have done their good job, all enter the marks, which I pray all your teachers may be able to do. So for those, you may come here to process reports, click process, select a P1 class. You can as well say process reports. So here basically we are processing reports for that particular class in P1 so as to be able to print out our report cards at the end of the term. We close. So after that, you may jump and come to formative report. Under term report, under formative report, we have different tabs. We have report card, term report, assessment, grade, mark sheet, marks, performance, grading, general ranking, print, preview, which you may go and click and a plug and play. You can you can as well also check, click and check, click and check, click and check. Right now we are going to just run to term report. We are looking for a term report for primary 1, which is term 2. In primary 1, which is stream A, then we can say continue. We want the system to pick the marks entered by the teacher. So wow, so we see now Polar Junior School, PO Box Wakiso. We can now see Angel Malaika. We can now see for the English, the marks are being set up and there is an auto-generated comment promising results, and the initials which are for the teacher Babidi Ramla. Well, we can now as well be able to print this out as a report card. Locate our printer, then we can say print. That's how basically we can generate report cards for the school and all our students. Here on my left, like as you see P1 report card term 2, the system will display for you different learners in your class, that is P1, and that are being created in the system to receive these reports. Thank you for now. I wish you good. For any questions and concern, you can reach out to me, Kenny, or any other staff in SurePay, and we can take you through and get to answer all your questions. Thank you. Happy day.